What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So in this series, Why Are People Farming It?, I will eventually feature every single dungeon and raid in the game and talk a little bit about why people are farming the instance in order to make gold, of course. And before we dive into today's episode, which is Dire Mole, I want to say a massive thank you for all the support on the 0 to 10 million gold guide. This is a digital guide that you open up on your computer, and it features all the best tactics and methods that I personally use in order to make hundreds of millions of gold. Even better is the fact that it comes with a lifetime of completely free updates. So whenever we get a new patch like player housing or a brand new expansion such as Midnight, I update the exact same gold guide with the best new methods, and then I send that version to your email completely for free. So you can find that link down below in the description. Use the discount code STUDENT for 50% off. And if you already have the gold guide, definitely worth checking out the VIP Discord. Because once you join in, you can view all my videos before they go on YouTube, giving you a slight advantage. But you also get access to exclusive benefits in terms of gold tips. There's multiple spreadsheets for gold making, TSM, groups and operations. You can even get access to my investments that I'm doing for upcoming patches, expansions, and much, much more. But that will also be linked down below in the description. So, Dire Mole is a dungeon located in Ferrelas, and when you go to Dire Mole, there's going to be 3 different wings that you can enter. You either enter on the east side, the west side, or on the north side. The most frequently farmed wing is going to be the northern wing, the one that I am in right now. And that is mainly because patch 10.17 reintroduced the patterns and plans that you can get from this guy right here, Mr. Nut Thimblejack. Now, it's very, very easy. In order to free this guy out and do the quest free nut, you need the Gordok Shackle key. The Gordok Shackle key can drop from like all of these oogie boogies inside the dungeon, and it is very, very simple to do. Like, you can't help yourself but to get the key. Like, that's no problem whatsoever. So once you pick up the Gordok Shackle key, you head over to this guy right here. He has 2 quests, the Gordok Ooger Booger suit, which you can also do, and you can sell the suit. But more importantly, free nut, which you can do as many times as you want to, as long as you reset the dungeon. You do that one, complete the quest, and then you can open up the box, and boom. Well, I didn't really get shit, but you want to get the pattern for the chromatic cloak, which was reintroduced, as I said, in patch 10.17. So that's like one way of making gold. What I consider to be the most interesting way of making gold in Dire Mole is by actually going through every single wing. And the reason why you do that is because you want to get an item that not a lot of people are fully aware that actually sells. And we're talking about the red copy of Nat Pagel's Guide to Extreme Angling. Now, this is the Paladin legendary quest thingy, right? And in order to get this one, you need to click it. It has a 100% chance of dropping from the Dusty Tomb, which is like a book laying on the floor at a random location and this is the important part of every single wing in Dire Mole. So like west, north, and east, it has a 100% chance at being in one of those wings. Because all the 3 wings, they share the same instance lookout. So what a lot of people are doing wrong is that they're going to, let's say, the northern wing, and then they look at the locations where you can actually find the Dusty Tomb. If it's not up, they leave the instance, they reset the instance, and then they go into the northern wing again. Well, that's the wrong way of farming it, as it has a 100% chance at being up in any of the wings. So what you do is you might start out by doing the northern wing, and if the Dusty Tomb is not located in the northern wing, you go to the western wing, and if it's not in the western wing, it's a 100% chance at being up in the eastern wing. Like, it's always going to be up in one of the wings. So that way you have a 100% chance of getting it, making it very, very simple to get the Dusty Tomb, giving you the Nat Pagel's Guide to Extreme Angling. And this is like a 12k market value item would look at the sell rate is pretty good. By all means, they're not going to fly off the auction house, and I've always made good gold on these until I make a reminder video or like a loot from 100 runs of Dire Maul or whatever, and then people get their eyes open on it, and then they go down in value. So it's nice to have that in the back of your mind that you can actually farm the Nat Pagel book in Dire Maul. So I focus on freeing not for the chromatic cloak, and then also going for the Nat Pagel's book to extreme angling. Outside of that, you do have like different wings of the dungeon that gives you like specific zone drops. And now the east wing can give you these marksman bands, it can give you the facing boots, which are actually going to be unique appearance. So they are at least worth putting up on the auction house. You can get these leggings. They're not the best, as you can see. They also share appearance, very common to get. You can also go into the west wing, and you'll have this cloak, and you'll also have this wand right here. None of them are like anything to brag about, really. Like the facing boots is the best like Dire Maul specific transmog item that you can actually get. Outside of that, you're of course talking about the normal like world drop and whatnot that you can get from running Dire Maul, but the dungeon specific items of interest is to do like the chromatic cloak with freeing knots, and then going for the Nat Pagel book. But there is good world drops, epic items, and also some green items inside of Dire Maul. So it is definitely a super valid method of farming gold. Now, just remember though, each wing also has different mobs. You can get like fell cloth, you can get demonic runes, which are BOP and needed for crafting. So there's a lot of different reasons to why you should do Dire Maul, but I figure if you know that you need those items, you would have already known about Dire Maul. So most people that farm Dire Maul, it is considered a bit of a hipster dungeon to farm for gold. But the people that's doing it, they're doing it for a good reason. Like they have success with selling the chromatic cloaks and or the Nat Pagel book. So they're not messing around in Dire Maul because they just think it's a fun dungeon to run. I look at Dire Maul as something that is very, very good gold per hour, but you don't have to do it that often. You do it until you have like a couple of Nat Pagel books, which doesn't take you long when you are aware of the 100% drop chance in one of the wings. And then also the chromatic cloak. But once you have that on the auction house, there's going to be better alternatives out there in terms of like gold making. So do it until you have chromatic cloak and then a couple of Nat Pagel's book. Highly advise you to, since they are relatively easy to get, to spread them through the war bank to multiple realms to increase your chances of selling it. And that's pretty much it. Those would be the reasons why people are farming Dire Maul. Not a lot of things that are specific to the dungeon, but the items are interesting because they're not as oversaturated as a lot of the other dungeons in the game. You know, like the more well-known dungeon for gold farming, such as Uldaman and RFD and LBRS and all of those. So definitely some good gold to be made in Dire Maul. But that's pretty much it. That's all for Dire Maul. Now, I do have the rest of the dungeons in the making. So if you want to see why you should farm other dungeons and raids in the game, make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. That way you get notified whenever those videos drops. And of course, don't forget to check out the 0 to 10 million gold guide alongside with the VIP Discord, both linked down below in the description. Appreciate you all watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.